What is up, my friends and fellow collectors out there? Today I got number 2, the second Darth Vader statue that I'm unboxing this week. The first was the life-size bust by Sideshow, but today we got a grail piece, in my opinion, one that I've been hunting down for a very long time. This is Iron Studios' Legacy Replica 1/4 scale statue of the man, Darth Vader himself. It's time for a Nerdgasm. Welcome back, everybody, to another big statue unboxing. That's right, we got the Iron Studios Darth Vader Legacy Replica statue in the house. I'm super pumped to have this one. If you're into this kind of stuff, if you're into statue unboxings, Hot Toys reviews, toy hunts, and that kind of stuff, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can stay up to date on all of the content. So yeah, guys, this is one that I didn't think I'd ever get in the house anytime soon. This is a very difficult statue to get a hold of. The Iron Studios Darth Vader here is based on the version of Darth Vader from Empire Strikes Back. Now, this is not a scene directly from the movie that they took. This is kind of like an imagination of what happened as Vader and the Empire took and infiltrated the Rebel base. And that's what we got here, Vader charging through, possibly killing many rebels along the way as he tries to capture Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and the rest of the gang. So that's what we got right here. The first time I saw this statue was a review by Thor from DCX. He had it posted. I can't remember if he did it on his channel, on the DCX channel, or if he did it on Rad Titans group. But I remember seeing the statue and I was pretty impressed with the way that looked. But at the time, it was sold out. They didn't make that many of these statues. I can't remember the exact edition number, and I'll probably get to that when we do the unboxing itself. But yeah, I was very impressed with it, but by the time that it came, that I saw that review, it was already sold out. And at the time, I wasn't really collecting 1/4 scale statues for Star Wars at that point. I think I was still very heavily into X-Men. So, you know, I just, you know, passed on it and figured there would be another Darth Vader that came out. But over the years, I have not seen another Darth Vader that I thought was as good as this one. To me, this is probably my favorite of all of the Darth Vader statues, followed by the Darth Vader, it was the Sith Lord one, I think, from Sideshow, the premium format. So that's the one before the last one, if you're into getting Darth Vader pieces. So yeah, that's the story about this one, how I got it. So let's take a look at the box. I'm not really feeling the box that much, you know? So here we go. I can't say extreme close up because this is just a big box, and, you know, actually getting too close would, you know, you wouldn't be able to see anything. Why am I not feeling the box? It looks just like any of the other Star Wars boxes that I've gotten. You know, you got the gray and the black and all that, and you see like an image of the statue. I just feel like you really can't see much in the statue right there. But, you know, that's just me. He gets lost in the darkness. It says 40th anniversary up there, Legacy Replica at the top. Legacy, honoring the legacy of Darth Vader. On the side, you got the gray and the black again, Disney Star Wars. On the back, nothing but blackness. On the side, more Star Wars, and back to the front. So that's it, not much going on with this one. Let's get the foam out of the box, see how it's packed, and then we'll get to the assembly. All right. So here's the foam out of the box. You get 2 layers. This is your top layer. And you got Vader's body here, and it looks like the cloak is around him there. It feels like there's a wire in it and everything. That's obviously Vader's head. Looks like a hand right there, an arm. Feels like the cape. On this side, you have the Hoth base, so or the base that he stands on. Not just the base, but the base. And yeah, that's there. So it looks like it's got snow on it. I'm really digging how they got snow on the bottom of the cloak. That's dope. And then it looks like the guy I bought it from has the belt and chain right there. Yeah, so everything's really packed up pretty nicely. So let's get this out of the box and start assembling. All right, so before we get started with the unboxing, what comes with the statue is an instruction guide. I like the book. It shows a little forward, has a little forward of Darth Vader right there if you want to read that, so that's pretty cool. And then you have the instructions on how this all goes together, because there's a lot of pieces on this one compared to other Darth Vader statues that I've seen. So probably gonna have to use the book, or at least refer to the book a couple times as I go through all this. But yeah, so that's the book. Let's see what we got going on. So time for my favorite part. It's assembly time. Let's get Susie Sue out. Susie Sue, you helped me so much. All right, so we'll get that right there. And at least I don't need the book to get at least to this part, but let's start off with the base. So let's see how we're gonna get this out of here. Yeah, it's got some serious weight to it. So this is a depiction of Echo Base from Hoth. Let's see what kind of batteries it takes. Does it have a plug? It's got a button there. Okay, so it's got batteries. I hate when they just put batteries. All right. Wow, they left batteries in it. That's cool. Okay, cool. All right, so you got a light up that happens here. And yeah, all right. So Echo Base looks pretty cool. I like the snow and all that. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Impressive. Most impressive. You know, one of the things I really like about Iron Studios is their effects, especially when they do like snow and sand and stuff like that. I think they do a great job with the way they do the snow powder on this on these boots here. Wow, and it's got a super strong magnet. Like the back foot just wants to like drive down even before I get the peg in the front in there. So it's got a nice strong magnet holding it down, so that's good. Some foam right there. And then you got a little bit of wiring in the lower part here of his cloak or tunic area, I guess you would call that, so that you can take and you know, mess with that a little bit, which I'm going to do. Very, very nice. Really digging the sculpt already. And like I said, I love the snow. The snow on everything looks good. Great job on that. All right, let's see what the next part is. All right, we got the chest plate. Chest plate has some light up features to it, so that's cool. All right, that just snaps. An arm right here, just put that in for the meantime. It's got a pretty snug fit in there. And from the front, looks like you can't see it, but from the back, there's a good gap between where it connects into the arm, or connects into the shoulder. I'm guessing that's hidden, so it really doesn't matter, but I would much prefer if it was locked in place there. Not the way I'm gonna have them, but yeah, you got some more arms right here. All right, you got another arm here. Very cool. They got a lot of nice detail in these arms. Looks like we got some more pipe. Oh, no, a lightsaber. Wow, that's nice. Really nice job on that. So if you don't want to have the lightsaber ignited next to him, you can have the lightsaber at his belt. Very cool. Got yet another arm. Man, there are a lot of options for displaying this piece. This is cool. Very, very cool. Next up, you got the belt and the chain for the cape. The belt, I think, has a light up feature. There's a switch on one side, and yeah, you got a light up feature on the belt. All right, next up is the cape. So here's the cape. And that's going to go up above here. Now there's already a chain on here, which I guess this extra chain is just in case this one, you misplace it or it breaks or something, I guess. There's no hook on the very front of the chest piece that, you know, brings it down, which is different because I haven't seen that with other Vader statues I've seen. There's always been a hook that holds it. So, and we got the head, which they did a great job with. It's got the, looks like they did the two-tone paint effect almost on it. You know, so there's some like gray areas and then black areas, so that's cool. So one thing that I'm noticing with this that I am not liking at all is that the magnets on here are not strong. So the way I want to display him is with the lightsaber. And so this hand here that's got this big awkward looking attachment or cutout here, that's where the back of the lightsaber is going to connect into. And so we'll put in this hand first, and then that's how that looks. Okay. And then we have the lightsaber blade, which comes in like that. And then we got a whole lot of cape to play around with here. And that's how it looks. It's cool. It lights up. So got a nice blade, light up blade to it. Kind of wish it did that thing that the Sideshow one does, that it lights up gradually, but that's fine. All right, and that's it. So let me mess around with the cape a little bit, and then we'll go over the stuff about this statue that I like. All right. All right, the Darth Vader Iron Studios statue is all put together. I love it. I think it's cool. I think there's a lot of nice things about this piece. There are some things that I'm not as impressed about now that I see it in person, you know, versus what I saw on, you know, Thor's video and what I've seen in the pictures. You know, I think there's something about seeing it in person that that could change your opinion about it. It's definitely dropped some in as far as my ranking on this piece goes. So that much of it is a little bit disappointing to me. Mostly on the idea of assembly and some of the choices of material, okay? Concept-wise, this thing is awesome. I love the way this statue looks. It's a very limited piece. They only made 1,000 of them, so that's you know awesome. So if you're looking for something that they didn't make too many of, this is for you. I love the design choice of the entire thing, you know, showing Vader, you know, traversing through Echo Base as they, you know, destroy everything and beat down rebels and make their way to the Millennium Falcon. This is very cool. I love that you got all of these switch outs. You know, you got options for hands, you know, lots and lots of options for hands. You got pointing fingers, you got closed fists, you know, you got a lot of different things that that you can do to make it unique, you know, which I think is cool. Having the light up feature, also awesome feature. You know, I think that every Darth Vader, any Jedi or Sith that you get should have a light up lightsaber, in my opinion. So I like that. So I think that's cool. I like that you got this little light down here that shoots at it from the bottom. So you got kind of like an accent light, which looks really good. So in that sense, I think it's very, very awesome. You know, so when you see it, it's like so cool. Okay, really, really cool. I love the choice to have the snow on the boots and then, you know, have snow on the cape. You know, I think that's really good. So it gives it this feeling like he's been walking through Hoth. You know, so that I like that. I don't see that too often on many Star Wars pieces. So I think that design choice is really good. And overall sculpt and look of Vader and, you know, an Echo Base, you know, and all of the destroyed parts, like having this pipe look like it was cut in half as it was walking through, is really nice. You know, they did a really good job. Paint on it looks really good. You know, it looks very much like what I would think, you know, it would look like. Snow looks like snow, so that's cool. I like how the snow is on top of the piping and the wiring and all that that's destroyed. So I think all of that looks very good. And then the same thing goes with Vader himself. So having, you know, these parts here, you know, sculpted, and, you know, the detail, the folds in it, the stitching on the pants looks really good. The armor has a nice gloss to it. They did a really nice job with the paint and the sculpt. All of that looks fantastic. Darth Vader's helmet looks like Darth Vader's helmet, so I think that is really good. And they did a great job with the way that all came out. I love the way the helmet sits down on it. You can see a little bit of the greeblies behind the helmet, so that looks really good. I like the color choice of the helmet where you have the two-tone, where you get some of the gray and the black like they did in the movie. So in that sense, it's accurate, right? So all of that looks really good. My problems with the piece and a little bit of disappointment is one, the material choice. The cape feels kind of cheap. I don't like the way the cape feels. The wiring in it is very, you know, it's kind of flimsy, and you can get your posing of it pretty good. So, you know, there's options to maneuver the wires to give it the type of fold and feel that you want to. But as you can see, there's a lot of wrinkles in this. So you're gonna need to get a steamer and steam the hell out of this thing, which I don't have right now for me to mess around with. Also, the cape bellows a lot. There is a lot of cape. Probably more cape than I think Vader probably has, but there just seems to be a large amount of cape here that they have to fold and maneuver around it. So it adds to the size that this thing takes up. That's probably the first disappointment that I have on it. The second disappointment I have is the way the arms attach on it. So I would expect and I would like that when I get a statue, there's strong magnets that hold it into place. You know. The arms on this feel very loose, which scares me because then I feel like if I take and I put it up there, I really got to like keep it in a spot where nobody's going to bump into it or knock anything over. So that kind of freaks me out a little bit. And then the other thing too is like if you want this placement of the way he looks and you wanted to take and get to the lights that are on the belt and on the chest piece, you have to take the arms back off because the chest piece won't come out at all, and the belt, rather than putting a switch beneath it where you can easily turn this on and off, they have it behind, so you have to take the belt completely off, flip the switch, and then put it back on. So I don't see myself taking and leaving the lights on this thing. Although I really don't leave lights on statues as it is, you know. Like I like the light up feature on the lightsaber, but let's be real, I'm not gonna have the thing light up all the whole time. The fact that there's no plug-in kind of sucks too. You know, you have a battery, so it takes 3 AAA batteries, which is cool, but I would much prefer it to have that, you know, that whole plug-in play thing where I could just plug it into an outlet and then maybe put a smart switch on it, and I think that would be a better feature. Other thing too is the plastic chain here that is attached to the cape. There's no hook on the on the chest plate piece here. Every Vader statue I've ever seen, even the quarter scale one from Hot Toys, the life-size bust that I saw this past week, they all have a hook, and then this chain will wrap around that part of the hook and then allow the cape to fold in a certain way. The way it sits right here, the chain is getting lost underneath the helmet, you know, so that's kind of weird. The helmet also doesn't sit all the way into its hole, so that also, it kind of freaks me out a little bit, but maybe that's about as far as it goes. It just seems like it should go down a little further. So those things kind of disappoint me a little bit. The other swap out for the lightsaber, you have one hand pretty much on the right hand just tucked back the way it is, and you know he has a clenched fist back there. But then everything else is just pretty much swapping out the left arm. So you have the option here to have him pointing his finger like that. That's okay. Kind of weird the way this looks is because it looks like he's kind of walking and pointing at the same time. Just seems to be, you know, like he's multitasking a little too much there. So that's an option. You have an option here where looks like he's force grabbing. This is gonna probably go like that. Yeah. It just does not like to fit in these holes all that well. Okay, so you have the option like that, like he's force gripping somebody. This pose I like. I think this is pretty good. So you can have him like that, you know, that's really cool. So I'm digging that, that's a good one. All right, and then you got one more hand. Let me see what that looks like. So we'll pop that out, and then you have this one. And this one looks like he's about to like force choke somebody, I think is the idea here. Yeah. All right, and then you have him like force choking somebody. This is a cool one. I like this pose even better than the last one. So I would say this pose is probably my second favorite. I really like the lightsaber having out, but I don't know if I'm gonna have enough space to be able to do that. But I really like how he's got the hand out like that, like he's about to force choke somebody. So I think that's a really cool way to display him if that's what you want to do. You know, here's with the light on. So you can see that the light's hitting him from below. And it kind of gets blocked by the cape. So you really gotta have to take and play with the cape a lot in order to make this look right. So yeah, man, this is a pretty awesome statue. Like I said before, it's come down a lot in my top list. You know, I was actually a lot more hyped about this piece going in than now having reviewed it. Now that I reviewed it and I've seen it in person, I would say that I would put Sideshow's premium format, the Lord Vader one, the Dark Lord of the Sith, which is not the last one that came out from Rogue One, but the one before that, the one from Return of the Jedi. I would actually put that one higher than this one. I feel like that one had a more quality cape. The pose was pretty good. I like the fact that you can turn the head on that one and you have the lightsaber still, and then the whole base lights up. So I think, in my opinion, that one exceeds this one in as far as quality and look. So I would say if I was to give this one in my rankings, I'd probably say like an 8 out of 10 maybe. You know, taking away some things as far as you know, material choice, and then also the way this thing assembles. So that's my thoughts on it. I think it's a really cool Darth Vader piece. If you're looking to pick it up, you know, and don't, you know, this is obviously my opinion about it. You know, obviously, if you feel differently, you know, don't take heart. If you really do love this piece, you know, you should go and pick it up. But as always, I'm interested to hear what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know what your thoughts are on this Darth Vader statue from Iron Studios. Until next time, guys, keep it marvelous, and may the Force be with you.